Hey yogis, we'll begin this one at the top of our mats. Tuning into the breath. As you empty all the way. Breathing in, fill to the bottom of the lungs, to the back ribs, and then grow taller. As you exhale all the way to the bottom, drawing the abdominal wall back, even lifting on the pelvic floor. We'll keep some of that engagement as you breathe again into the ribs, 360 degrees, growing tall. Exhaling all the way out, an opportunity to draw the ab wall back. Twice more, nice and full, taking your time. One more cycle with sounding breath. Emptying all the way out. And draw the arms up overhead, tipping over to the right. Inhale through center, reach up, look up. And exhaling to the left. Inhale through center, look high. And exhale, dive just halfway down. Hands land on the thighs. Lengthen the spine and pause. Roll the sits bones high. Exhale to fold all the way down. Take hold of your elbows. Straightening through right leg. And straightening through left. Straighten through both legs. Release the fingertips down. Slide hands to shins. Get long again through the spine. Exhaling, fold forward. Drop your hands down and walk them over to the left. You can bend the left knee. And then through center, walk over to the right. Bend the right knee. Through center again, come to fingertips, lengthen. Exhale the hands to your waist. Point the elbows toward each other. Lift your heart to stand all the way up. Come on into neutral spine. Release the arms. Again, inhale, reaching upward. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale the left foot to the back of the mat. Let's rock with this. It's lubing up the legs. Step to the top, flat back, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale to flat back. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. Rock with this. Plant the palms, step to plank position, fill up. Exhale, lower all the way onto your belly. You can lift into cobra, but lift the hands as well. Keep the big toes on the ground. We'll breathe right behind the heart. Slight tuck of the tail, 2 more breaths. Last inhale is the highest lift. Exhale, press hands, split the knees for child's pose, reaching forward. You can even rock this side to side, getting into chest and shoulders. Spread the fingers, come on into downward facing dog. Bend deeply into right knee. And then into left. Spend a little time making this yours. Come on to tippy toes and tiptoe walk to the top of the mat. Long spine. Fold over. Rise. Arms to Tadasana. Let's get 2 sun A's and 1 sun B, and then we'll keep building. On your next inhale, reaching up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, flat. Exhale, step or leap to lower, chaturanga if it's in your practice. To up dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog, connect to breathing. Come onto toes, join the feet together, bend knees. You'll step or leap to the top of your mat. Long spine, fold forward. Rise. Arms release. Again, sun A, reach to the sky. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, flat. Exhale, step or leap to lower and empty. Inhale your heart open, spine long. Exhale, downward facing. Come onto toes, join the feet together. Bend knees as you peer forward, you step or leap to the top. Lengthen. Fold. Rise. Tadasana. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up, Utkatasana. Diving in. Flat back. Step or leap to lower. Inhale, heart opens. Exhale, downward facing. Step the right foot forward, ground back, heel, rise, warrior one. Exhale all the way to chaturanga, long breath. Inhale, open heart. Exhale, downward facing. Step the left foot forward, ground back, heel, rise, warrior one. Exhale, right to chaturanga. Inhale, open heart. Exhale, downward facing. Join the feet, bend the knees. Step or leap. Lengthen. Bow. Utkatasana. And stand up tall. Hands to the waist, step feet hips distance apart. Draw your elbows back, lift your chest. I'm going to hinge forward, wrap your arms right around your legs. Keep the spine lengthening as well. It's like someone could pull the top of your head all the way down, lengthening the neck, giving it traction. Release, hands to shins or the floor, lengthen. Exhale to the waist. Inhale, heart leads you all the way up into neutral spine. Keep the hands on the waist as you shift weight to right foot for balance. Bring the left knee high. You'll take yogi toe hold. You keep hugging into midline as you extend, find a focal point. And then release the grip, both hands to the waist, point or floint the toes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's slowly send this back leg back. And the front knee, you land with the back knee down in a low lunge and cactus arms. Make room for your heart as you lift it high. Big inhale. Exhaling, hinge forward. Find standing split. It's okay, let this hip stack today. Be focused on that left knee. Really extend it till you feel that left side quad set engaged. Slow motion landing, find warrior two. Tip back, find peaceful warrior. I'll straighten this right leg. Reach tall up behind you. You're going to parallel that right foot, and as you do, reach down between your legs for sailboat. Right hand lands, left arm lifts to the sky. Hips are even as your spine revolves. Nice inhale. I'm going to exhale to fold all the way. Wide-legged style. Let's fold deeply. Let's lengthen. And then exhale, left toes come in, right toes point to the front. Take your right hand to the inside of this foot. Lean up against the inner knee to roll the left arm to the sky. Just actively opening that right inner thigh. On an exhale, left hand rolls down, back heel lifts, sweep the right arm up. This is fine, or stack for side plank. Right arm reaching across your ear line. Into plank pose, filling up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. A few breaths. Onto toes, connect the feet, bend knees. Peek forward as you leap the hips high, land between your hands. Lengthen, fold. Bend knees, Utkatasana. And stand tall, Tadasana. Hands to the waist, step feet hips distance. Draw the elbows behind you as you lift the chest. And exhale, hinge forward, stepping right on your hands, as high as the wrists if possible. Long spine as you fold. You'll be lifting through the shoulders and setting some weight toward the toe side of the feet. Come on to fingertips, lengthen. Exhaling, hands to the waist. Lift through the heart as you stand all the way up. Finding neutral spine. Keep the hands solid on the waist as you shift weight to the left foot now. Find the focal point, bring the right knee up. Yogi toe hold. Squeeze into center, maybe extend. Keep the foot lifted. Take right hand to the waist and point or floint the toes for just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it slowly back, making your way to crescent with that back knee down, a low lunge. Okay, goalposts through the arms to make an offering of the chest. Breathing in as you lift the heart. Exhale, dive forward, standing split. Let the right hip stack. Let the external rotation happen in that top leg. Just be really extended through the knee, squeezing at the quads. A slow stepping back to create warrior 2. Find peaceful warrior. You'll straighten this left leg, reaching tall away from that left foot. You'll start to parallel that left foot, turn the toes in, and then dive down right between your feet. Let the left hand land for sailboat. Hips are even as the chest revolves. Right arm reaches to the sky. Find a breath in. And then exhale, fold down. You'll inhale to flat back, open the arms out to a T, and interlace the fingers a little behind. Find the fold. Come on into flat back, arms open out wide again. And then exhale, hands land. Let's pivot around to face the front foot. Left hand lands to the inside of it. You can even send the shoulder into the knee, encourage it open as you lift the right arm toward the sky. Let's breathe to left inner groin especially. Find your way to inhalation. Exhaling, right hand down. Lift the back heel, sweep the left arm to the sky. Great place to stay, or take this to side plank. Left arm could cross your ear line. Find plank and an inhalation. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll set your knees down, walk the arms forward. Let's get into Anahatasana, sending the heart toward earth. If you'd like to intensify this, you could always take your hands up onto blocks. And crawl up to sit on knees for a moment. Flip your palms to face up. Steady the breathing. Can we fall into meditation? Climb up to find some camel. Come high onto the knees. Let's get some axial extension. Lift tall through spine. Lift the heart, squeeze the seat. And then drift back. Keep the heart lifting. Head can fall back. All the way back up. Dive the hands forward, spread fingers, find downward facing dog. We'll sweep your right leg up high. And just as before, we're gonna open the hip, but try to keep the right knee really long. So squeeze at the quads there. That might make you feel the outer hip a little more. That's okay. Let's draw circles on the sky. Draw the right foot way out to the side. Keep it as high as the hip if possible. Gaze forward. You can lift that right arm up too. How slowly can you get this right foot to the top of the mat, but point the toes over to your left so we can parallel the feet. Come through center, open arms, and take yogi toe hold. Lengthen and bow. Get long in the spine again, fingertips land. Going to point the toes out wide to the side so you can bend on over into the right knee. And then over to the left knee. Do it again, once on each side. Right knee bends, but it stays wide. Left knee bends and stays wide. And come on over, frame the right foot. Keep the left hand here, roll the right arm to the sky. Just like before, you could stay. You can create side plank. If you'd like to take it farther, bend that top elbow, take hold of your upper arm, the left upper arm. And even step the right foot a little bit behind you. Might even keep these arms as you turn this to wild thing, bending the right knee. Lengthen and lift the heart. Take this slowly, roll on over. Set the right elbow down, set the left elbow down. I'm going to do a baby crow. So you can walk your feet in really nice and close. Get them so close you can tuck them up onto your upper arms. Just going to balance it here nice and low. See how much lift you can get. I'll go for about a 10 count. Forward and then lift the toes. Set the toes down. Extend your legs, step on back for downward facing dog. And come onto toes, bend the knees, and step or leap to the top. Lengthen. Bow. Bend the knees, Utkatasana. And stand tall, Tadasana. Separate your feet hips distance. Now let's imagine that this were camel. We just happen to be on the feet. Tuck the tail a little bit, squeeze the seat, lengthen the spine. Hands behind the upper seat as you lift your heart. Gaze high and see how far back you can safely, comfortably, reasonably go. Come on back to center. Join the feet together. Sweep the arms up. Dive down. Flat back. And step or leap to Chaturanga. Open the heart. Downward facing. Glide the left leg high. You can open the hip. Keep that top knee nice and long, squeezing at the quad. Make some circles. Just firing at the outer hip. Now direct the leg really wide, but keep the foot as high as the hip if you can. Start to gaze forward. Shift weight to right hand so you can lift that left arm up. Can you slow-mo land the left foot to the top of the mat, but toes point over to the right? So you can parallel the feet. Chest forward, arms out wide. One more time, interlace fingers behind you. Other finger on top though now, as you bow as deeply as you can. If you get very far, you can even tuck the chin, let there be some spinal flexion, rounding at the neck. Keep this general shape, but start to send the left shoulder up. You might even be able to peek up. Knuckles are to the right. And switch the sides. And through center. Flatten the back, let the fingers land. Point the toes out good and wide. Let's bend over to the left knee. This time we'll stay a little longer, get in pretty deeply. And then if possible, send your chest forward and your forearms down so you really get into that right inner thigh. Make space for full breaths. Through center, take it over to the right leg. Lift the left toes. Here again, you're going to stay a little while. Send your chest forward. Maybe the forearms could get a surface. Just breathing into left inner thigh. Come through center, pivot around to frame the left foot, back heel lifts. Keep the right hand here, the left arm shoots toward the sky. A great place to stay or build side plank. Left arm over the ear. If you want to go deeper this time, bend that top elbow, take hold of your right upper arm. Do your best, keep the chest open. You can even step that left foot slightly behind. Everything about breath. Could even keep that top arm as you bend the left knee, step back for wild thing. In a slow motion, roll this back over, plant the hands, and then the elbows. Okay. Just want to tell you what we're up to. I'm going to cue a forearm stand into that baby crow we just practiced. So you can come along or pause and do your thing. It's all about how high the hips are willing to get. If you found forearm stand, you can bend the knees, let the hips drift forward. You can even gaze forward as you slowly bring these knees to the upper arms. It's all about weight distribution, not as much strength. Let the shoulders come forward. The hip flexors tighten, squeeze at the feet for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the knees land. Climb on up. Sit really tall. And interlace the hands low behind. Lift your chest. And then plant the hands. Step on back for downward facing. Lift the right leg high. This time tuck the knee behind the right wrist or even just between the knees. Especially if you've got some piriformis stuff, the knee can point almost forward. Get situated and then fold or even twist. Climb up from pigeon. And open up through the heart. Tip weight to the right as you bring this left knee forward. Setting up for Bharavadras, sitting tall. First we're going to tip over to the left. Let the left hand land, the right arm will reach across. This is an angle to explore. Can you get into your right side flank? Anything that needs opening at the side of the waist, side body, even low back. And come all the way up. This time extend the left leg and then stack it knee on knee. Looking for Gomukhasana legs. Option to add the arms. Lift your right arm up, wrap the left arm behind. Walk the fingers toward each other. Hug the low ribs in as you send the elbows back. And fold. You can stay here, releasing hands if you wish. could use this opportunity to get a headstand. You might lift the hips to send your head down, interlacing fingers, elbows stay, shoulders distance apart. You tuck the toes, you can straighten your legs, walk them in really, really close. It's all about how high the hips get. You might just be able to float your legs up off the ground. We'll stay for 5 breaths. You can keep the ankles crossed. Use that as an opportunity to squeeze into the center line. What would it be like to bear almost no weight on your head? Let's uncross the ankles. One option is to come down through dolphin plank or lower anywhere you need to and meet us in vinyasa. Coming through dolphin plank, lower. Shoot the legs back, look forward. And climb back onto hands to find the flow. And downward facing. Left leg lifts. Send the knee behind left wrist or even right between the hands. You might change it up for yourself. Folding forward or even twisting once you're down there. Climb up, open behind the heart. Tipping weight to the left, bend your right knee, send it forward. Setting up for Bharadvajra. Tip over to the right, right fingers land, left arm up and across. But then do play with your angles. Where could you use this? Come on up, sit tall, and send the right knee over the left. Come in nice and tight. Adding arms too. Bend the top arm, wrap the right arm. Fingers land, hug ribs in, lift your chest. And fold. Could stay, but release the arms. Climb on up. This time, finding shoulder stand. So you can lay all the way back. Could give yourself a challenge, keeping the legs crossed. As you roll them up overhead, we'll actually find plow first. Crossing just ankles. Tuck the shoulders under. There's usually a little more space to be found. Send the seat high and towards your nose. Lift to shoulder stand. Take it through plow. Lower slowly, finding your way to fish. Could bend the knees, plant the feet on the ground, or hover the legs about 45 degrees. Lift the heart. Send the top of the head to the earth. Hands together, even arms 45 degrees. Release, bend the knees, let the feet land. But keep the head here as long as it's comfortable. You don't have to if it's not. Tuck the feet underneath you. And then direct the knees forward, looking for length at the quads and even into the hip flexors. You could reach your arms up overhead and even kind of sway the knees. Let's get one more back bend so you can come out or come right up to your wheel from here. And one option to get out is to point the left hand in and then roll on over all the way out. Doesn't work in every body, maybe it worked in yours. Find vinyasa. And downward facing. Okay, are there any last things you'd like to take before we make our way to Shavasana? Because that's where we're headed. I'll give you the opportunity to do one more inversion, perhaps one more back bend, anything you like. Make your way onto back body. You can drape the knees left and right. And when you are ready for it, find final relaxation. Any cushion, welcome. What would it be like for the brain to just walk out of the room, leaving only awareness behind? You wiggle the smallest parts. Returning to breath. Movement. Climbing up for a seat. Stay connected, yogi. Be well.